I think because I am like going through like a crazy divorce or everything like that, and just like it gets back to like, oh, your daughters these days split the days up and things like that. So the biggest thing I think was more like kind of organization and preparing for 1 week later, even though it's 1 week, but it's like, oh, my weekend or his weekend and things
Yeah.
like that. The weight was pretty good. The weight's all good. It was okay. One more week to kind of like get down good. And then I think also too, just I mean, because of everything I'm going through, I was kind of like, I really wanted to be in front of a crowd again and just kind of like, okay, 3 rounds, get back in the winning streak,
Yeah.
focus on winning, kind of go under the radar, and just show up like, this aggressive and like learn from my last mistakes from my last fight. Um, but then when they came with the five rounds main event, I'm like, okay, so that's more media.
Yeah.
It's 5 rounds. That's good for us. He's a grappler and Apex,
Yes.
but there's no crowd, so it's like, you have that feeling when you feel the crowd, and you're like, yeah, this is why I do what I do. It's like not just for me, but it's like for everyone here. And you
Absolutely.
enjoy that. So I was like really wanting that. That was kind of like my biggest decision. Okay, should we go? But yeah, there's no way to say no to like main event. I'm 0-2 my main events at the Apex, so I need to break this,
Right.
break this. Yeah,
We're gonna
this
change that this weekend.
this
Got it.
pattern. Yes, yes.
Has it? Yeah, Mackenzie, has it been tough? Well, obviously, I think sometimes people don't realize that you have personal lives, and obviously you have things that are good and bad. And is it hard to focus and to get ready for a fight when you obviously have a lot of stuff that you're having to take care of away from the octagon?
100%, 100%. It's like it's so crazy, because it's like I mean, there are people that are like, oh, I can't work because I have like pain on my back or something like that, and I'm like, man, I'm getting punched in the face. I'm like, not just me, all of us, it's
Yeah.
like I have back pain. I have like 7 surgeries. I'm like broken nose. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
all these things, and and all of that is still easy compared to like just the stress of like child support and like alimony and all these things, and you're like man, it's crazy to me, and so it's like you just want to focus, but you know those things they take a toll, and then on top of everything you just want like your child to have like the most smoothest process possible, but
Of course.
I mean, it's true. It's kind of like what you said. I mean, people don't really talk about it too much, Like I even my social media, I kind of like I'm never really to like go away from it, but
Yeah.
I had to like take back a little bit just to like focus on me, because I mean, if you're 1 second like distracted in a fight, that that could be like a broken jaw, that could be a
Right.
knockout, that could be a loss, And I'm not about losing anymore. I want to get the belt. I know that Yan Shannon had a great fight
Yeah.
this past weekend. Virna and Marina had a good fight.
Yeah.
I think Amanda Lemos they're fighting. So, I want to be up there, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me, But I need to like focus. It's not easy.
Will it be nice for 25 minutes or for however long the fight goes on? Will it be nice to be able to just, kind of get away from everything? I would think it would be a little kind of stress free for that period of time in there.
Exactly, exactly. That's like that was almost kind of why I was like, man, but I'm gonna fight 1 week earlier, Like I was supposed to fight 1 week earlier.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I want to just like be there, like I want to get to that moment, But yeah, for sure, having the 25 minutes, I'm like this whole fight week just waiting for those minutes to be like, woo, focus on what I know I do best is fighting, let out some aggression that I
Yeah.
have a lot inside of me right now. and,
I feel bad for Angela Hill.
yeah, nothing personal, nothing personal.
You've been doing this for a few years now, and I know you recently celebrated a birthday. Where are you? I know you want to be champion. I was talking to Ian Gary the other day, and he was saying, "Hey, look, it's like around 35 where fighters are at their peak. So you are still half a decade away from your peak, if it is in fact at around 35 years old. Do you feel like I'm about to make a run to this belt, to this championship, and I am going to be the champion within a matter of a few years here?"
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. That was the thing. Like even just with this camp too, like my head coach Perillo, he was out of town for like a month with Luke Rockhold for his bare knuckle fight.
Mhm.
So it was kind of like this whole camp was just like a kind of a I don't know, like not to be like cliche, but like a phoenix, like kind of being reborn, and just kind of like I was able to understand a whole another level to the MMA game. and understand like, okay, ground and pound and winning the rounds. Each round I'd finish and I'd be like, did I win that round? It's like
Right.
at this level that we're at the top, top 5, top 10. You need to be able to, like, you can't spend 1 minute your rest time asking your coach like if you won that round. You need to be able to know if you won the round or not. And be able to control each round and not be like so emotional. I kind of get into the thing like my style is very like exciting, and then if I'm like waiting for my opponent and I feel like we didn't do anything for 2 minutes, I'm like, okay, people are gonna start, booing, and I'm not being excited. And it's like, no, like Mackenzie is an exciting fighter, So now I'm just like, I kind of got this whole, restarted of my whole career, like management, all these things, my life, my personal life. So I really do think I'm ready to like make the run for the title. You know what I mean? And especially seeing how the rest of the division's playing out, I'm like, yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there. Let me get back in there.
Do you feel like you match up well with the women at the top of the division, Wei Li, and obviously some of the other badasses at the top?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely after Yun Sharnam, I lost to her when I felt like I did so much on the ground, but it wasn't like enough to get like a 10-8, or it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I felt like I trained so hard and I still wasn't enough. Like I just kept hitting my head like, man, what am I missing? Like I'm missing something. Like or a vision or something's missing. And I think I was able to get that growth in this last camp. And now I was like, man, maybe I'm not ready for the top 5. I don't know. But now I'm like, no, I am. I'm ready for the belt. I'm ready I'm ready for it all.
What was missing, Mackenzie? Is there something you can put your finger on if there was something missing and now that you found it?
The whole vision of the fight. That's what was missing. Like I was very like in the fight, like very one dimensional.
Right. Not just like you were saying, not pressing for the submission every round. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like I needed to submit every round, and if I didn't, it was like it would come with frustration. You get emotional. All these things when, like, you can play the game. You too. You know what I mean? I know how to play the game, and me playing the game, I still think is a lot more aggressive and a lot more pressure than a lot of the other girls. Who kind of play the game on the outside and like point. Yep. And my playing the game is aggressive. But I'm still playing the game. Which. It's MMA, it's a different sport than jiu-jitsu, so I got that now.
You're 38 years young. Is there a number, or as long as you're healthy and keep winning, and this is a big chance to move up the rankings again, do you even look at that, or you're just keep going fight by fight?
I kind of have to look at it now, just because I don't feel any older, but the tail of the tape keeps telling people how old I am, which is really rude. It shouldn't do that. So I feel like I could get away with a little younger than 38. But I just saw on my memories that this time 7 years ago, I won the Invicta belt. And I didn't realize how quickly that time flew by. So I really feel like I could do another 7 years. I feel fresh. My body feels young. I kind of lucked out in a sense where I didn't start training until I was 24. So I don't have the banged up knees and the multiple injuries that a lot of people a lot younger than me have, who have to stay out for years at a time in between fights. I can fight as many times as I want in a year. So I've been really lucky with that, with my health. And I want to make a run. Like this is my chance to show that I can do that, because Mackenzie is a very beatable person for my style. Like, in the game plan is out there. The last 2 times she fought someone like me, she dropped the ball. So it's definitely something that I'm walking into really confident, especially because I did the work. I did the all the things that I needed to do to make sure I don't fall into anything stupid. And yeah, we'll see what happens after this. First, I got to get through her, but I'm really excited about the future.
How do you prepare? How does this fight go? Is this a simple tale? If it stays on the feet, advantage you, just as long as she doesn't take you down, you're in your comfort zone?
Yeah, but I've getting really comfortable on the ground, really comfortable being aggressive on the ground. And this is against people who are competing in ADCCs, people who are winning belt or medal after medal at IBJJFs. Like I've done the work. And I've been doing the work for the past 2 or 3 years, finding people who are my size that are really good at what they do and just learning how to be safe, but also learning how to pass their guard every now and then, like I'm not I'm not gonna say I'm gonna try to submit her, but I definitely feel like those scrambles might be a little surprising. She might give up something and end up in a bad position, and I have the knowledge to take advantage of it. So I'm feeling really good about my preparation. Obviously, a lot of bad position stuff, a lot of worst case scenario stuff. But once we nip that in the bud, we could just work what I'm good at, and that's punching, kicking, kneeing the shit out of people, and making it a fun fight.
Wouldn't it be something incredible to submit her?
I know. I'm telling people, yo, if you put that on the betting line, they might come looking for you for some insider trading stuff. Because yeah, I feel it. I feel like it's a possibility, but I'm probably gonna have to soften her up a lot for it.
And in terms of, you say you want to make another run. This is a big name. She had a lot of hype behind her when she came in. You beat her, you take her spot. You're a fight or two right there again from being in the title mix. Do you see it that way? It's real close.
I see it that way. I feel like I've been right there in a lot of fights and just ended up not getting to win. And I should have, and in the Gedalia fight, in the Watterson fight, in the Limos fight most recently, those were fights that could have put me on the map. And look at where Limos is now. That was kind of her coming out fight. I didn't feel like she won it, but because she got that one flash knockdown, that that won her the entire fight somehow. So it was like pride rules or something. But I feel like going forward, if anything, everyone that I've had these close fights with are top ranked. They're all very beatable. If I could get a rematch, if I could just take out the people I haven't fought yet, is be really easy to make a case for me. So I'm not trying to focus on all that now. But it definitely motivated me throughout this camp. Like, hey, this is a great matchup for you. Maybe not 2 years ago, but right now, this is the perfect time to get in there and just beat on Mackenzie Dern. And people who are still doubting you, even after the game plan has been laid out, people will still doubt you. But after that, maybe they'll put a little more respect on your name.
Angela, have you ever heard from the Netflix folks?
No, I haven't. I have not. They ducked me. They're ducking me like all the other, like a strawweight.
No love for actually wanting the right story.
I know. Yeah, my dad's getting old, man. They need to holler.
Last thing for you, one more time, main event. Tell all the fans why they need to be watching UFC Fight Night on Saturday.
If you want to see me beat the accent out of Mackenzie Dern, watch.